Hey guys, Bird Yu-Gi-Oh here. So today I wanted to come at you with a really cool mishmash deck, Sky Striker Orcust. It's really good. Obviously not as good as it was, about a year ago when we had it engage at 3, but this is it still works. Mostly because we got Rusty Bardich back off the ban list. It's a really fun deck. And it does still a lot of very good stuff. It could put up a lot of negates on the board. So yeah, let's get right into it. Make sure you guys are subscribed because I do have a ton of decks coming up. I listed a few of them in the last video if you want to check that out. But yeah, I have, I don't know, at least like 15 to 20 new decks upcoming here in the next week or two. But let's get right into this one. Starting off with our little Orcust engine, playing actually 2 Orcust Nightmare. I had it at 3, just wasn't liking it at 3 because this is a 40 card deck. So yeah, I think 2 is perfect. This is one of the better ones because it kind of gets your engine going. Because if this is in your graveyard, you just banish it, and then you can send a Dark Machine type monster from your deck to the graveyard, which is basically any of your other Orcust monsters. Another really good one that we're playing again 2 of is 2 Symbol Skeleton. This one is going to be able to, you're going to be able to banish this and target an Orcust in your graveyard and special summon it. 2 Brass Bombard. You're going to banish him and special summon an Orcust from your hand. And then 2 World Wand. This one is going to be, you can banish this from the graveyard and target a banished Orcust monster and special summon it. So this special summons from banish, from hand, from graveyard, and this sends any one of them to the graveyard. So they all work perfect. And then our normal summon is going to be basically 3 Scrap Recycler. When you normal or special summon it, you just send any one of them to the graveyard, any machine type monster. And then 1 Armageddon Knight. That's basically our normal summons for the Orcust side of things. And then for our Sky Strikers, we have 3 Ray, and then I'm just going with 1 Rose or Rose. You can't see that. Not even necessary. So if you don't have it, you don't have to play the Rose. But, this is basically, it starts off your Sky Striker engine. So it kind of depends on what you're opening, what you're going to do as far as your normal summon. That's the biggest thing with this deck. But, kind of depends on the situation and what deck you're playing against. But yeah, they're there. And then we are playing just the 1 Silent Boots for our Phantom Knights target for Rusty Bardich. I didn't want to play 2, so I'm just going with just 1 Silent Boots. I'm just keeping it at that. I don't want to see too many Phantom Knights in hand, so that is that for the monsters. For the spells, which is quite a bit of the deck, mostly because of that Sky Striker part of the engine. But we have a field spell, Orchestrated Babel. Really good. This is allowing you to use your Orcust monster's effects on your opponent's turn. And the ones in the graveyard as well. Just really good card to get kind of everything going. And then we're playing 2 Area 0 for our Sky Striker field spell. And then for the rest of our Sky Striker spells, we're playing 3 Widow Anchor, which is absolutely amazing, obviously. You're going to be able to negate a face-up monster's effects on the field. And then if you have 3 or more spells, you can take control of that monster until the end phase. And then we're playing 2 Shark Cannon. This is going to be banishing a monster from your opponent's graveyard. Or again, if you have 3 or more, you can just special summon that to your field instead. Afterburner. Going to be able to destroy a monster on the field. And if you have 3 or more, destroy a spell and trap. Hornet Drones, absolutely the best card to open with. Especially with like a Orcust you can normal summon. It's just getting you a Sky Striker token. Really good. 1 Jamming Waves. That's going to destroy a spell and trap. And then if you have 3 or more, you can destroy a monster. And then multi-roll. is just a really good continuous card. You can send one other card you control to the graveyard, and your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to your spell card activations. And then during your end phase, you can set Sky Striker spells with different names up to the number of Sky Striker spell cards you activated while this was on the field, so you can potentially get back, quite a few Sky Striker cards. For our little draw engine, 2 Allure of Darkness and 1 Upstart. Again, you want spells engraved, so that's why Upstart's in here. Allure, you do have quite a few dark targets, so it comes up. And then our really good one-ofs, playing 1 Reinforcement of the Army, basically search you any of your Sky Strikers, Armageddon Knight, or if you do want Phantom Knights, but usually it's going to be the Sky Strikers or Armageddon Knight. And then 1 Call by the Grave, for obvious reasons to keep our engine going. 1 Foolish Burial, send whatever you need to the grave, usually an Orcust monster. Terraforming to search out, usually Area 0, but you can do Babel as well. And then Monster Reborn, for obvious reasons, just for getting another monster on board. And then for the traps, we're playing 2 Fogblade with Rusty Bardich. Fogblade is absolutely amazing. You get them for free. And then 1 Crescendo, just a really nice negate anything if you have an Orcust Link monster on board. That is it for the main deck. Extra, just 2 Kagari. We didn't want to load the extra deck too heavily with Sky Striker cards. 2 Kagari is perfect. Again, 2 Hayate, 2 Shizuku, and then the 1 Zeke. I think the 2/2/1, don't even play the Kaina card. It's really not that good. So yeah, just playing the good ones. If I could change anything, I would try to fit in a 3rd Kagari, but this is good. And then for the Orcust side of things, you have to have the 2 Galatea, and then at least 1 Dingirsu. Again, it would be nice to be able to add a second one, but this works. And then for kind of our dark engine, we have the 1 Barricade Board Blocker. It's also really nice if you happen to open up a Nightmare, if you can get into Barricade Board Blocker and discard this to then just get your engine going even more. And again, it's a dark target, so that is good. IP Masquerena, really important card to end your board on if you can. And again, a dark target. And Rusty Bardich is usually going into him using Barricade Board Blocker, but any way you can get to him is a good thing because you're getting at least 1 monster negate out of it. And then for IP Masquerena, we have a Nightmare Unicorn or Mech Knight Crusadia Avermax. Either one is good. They're both gonna, help you in winning the game. But yeah, this is kind of the extra deck we're going with. It can change, drastically if you want. But yeah, I think it works extremely well. Just being able to, perfect combination of getting you negates and just good monsters on board. But yeah, that's the deck, guys. I think it's really fun. Try it out. You can always add in other stuff in here. Mess around with the ratios, but this has worked very well. It's a really cool deck. Again, we have some really fun decks coming up. Stay tuned for that, and we'll catch you on the next one.